Hey everyone, welcome to Techyries. I'm KP. As you can see, I'm solo today. And that's because Morgan is on vacation and will return next week. So hopefully you guys are having a good one. But I do have a fun show planned for you today. I'll be taking a closer look at the game shown off at the Xbox Developer Direct. Nintendo held their Nintendo Direct this week, so we're going to take a look at what they had to show. And there's new details about the anticipated game Fable. All my Fable fans out there, rejoice. We got new details for that, which I'm really excited to share with you. And ever wonder where World of Warcraft is headed? Well, we have all the deets on the next chapter, and it is part of a series that Blizzard is doing that I'm really excited that we're going to be sharing like all the games that they have going on for all their different chapters. So with that, let's dive into your Tech Pulse. All right, guys. Well, we're going to kick off your Tech Pulse with the Xbox Developer Direct. Now, the Xbox Developer Direct showed off 4 upcoming games, and let's take a closer look at the first one. So, this is going to be Beast of Reincarnation. It is a blend of action. Oh, I don't even have it up yet. This is, there we go. This is Beast of Reincarnation. It is a blend of action, strategy, and mystery from Game Freak. This game takes place in a haunting post-apocalyptic Japan. Now, the main character, Emma, who you'll see here in a little bit, is affected by blight, which removed her memories and emotions. Now, in the game, you'll also meet Ku, who is a dog. There's Emma. And there's Ku. He's a dog that became a Maleficent. Now, as you play as Emma, you'll hunt down Maleficents in this like fast-paced action game where actions are in real time. But if you switch over to Ku can actually help you slow down time, and it becomes more of a turn-based RPG. Wow, I can talk today, guys. Beast of Reincarnation launches this summer and will be available on Xbox Series X and S, Xbox on PC, Xbox Cloud, Xbox Play Anywhere, handheld optimized for those with the ROG Ally and Ally X, and you can play it day one with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. This game is super pretty. I'm excited to see what I think of it when it comes out. I want to dive into it and try it. It gives me like, I don't know what, but it gives me like a fun little, like, almost like Horizon, but without the roboticness of it. It's coming in 2026, so it'll be here eventually this year, but not really sure when that will take place fully. We'll have to see. We can actually rewatch it right now. It's just very pretty, guys. Overall, this is a very pretty looking game. Even for the fact that it's a post-apocalyptic and the fact that we're in Japan, like I love the fact that we're doing more Japanese type games, which is cool to me. So we'll have to see how this one plays out. I think the blight is very fascinating on this too. And Game Freak, Game Freak isn't just a run-of-the-mill type of developer. They have made several games, I believe, including, let's see, let me do a quick search here for you. They have been part of, do we not have their games? Oh, here we go. They developed a whole bunch of games, such as Pokemon Red and Green. That was one of their big ones. Pokemon Yellow they did Pokemon Gold and Silver. So they're big into the Pokemon games. They're not, like I said, they're not just a run-of-the-mill. They've done Pokemon Legends Z through A, so it's nice to see them do a little something different. This will also be available on Windows, PlayStation 5, so if you don't have an Xbox, but because this was Xbox Developer Direct, we took a closer look at the fact that it will be available for those people who like Xbox games. All right, well, it wasn't just all about, fighting, and everything else. Forza Horizon 6 also speeding towards players and will be out on May 19th this year. We got a closer look during the showcase of what the team showed, the first ever gameplay of the breathtaking landscapes of Japan. So they also lifted the curtains on the cars they will be gracing, that will be gracing the cover of the game. The 2025 GR-GT prototype Forza Horizon 6 will feature the largest and densest map of any Horizon game. There will also be a customizable garages and the estate, an overhauled car roster with 550 cars to collect and customize at launch. Forza Horizon 6 is available for pre-order and will be available on Xbox Series X and S, Xbox on Game Pass, Xbox Cloud, Xbox Play Anywhere, and launching day one with Game Pass Ultimate. It will also be available on PlayStation 5 later this year. I don't normally play the Horizon games, but I do feel like they have really pushed these games to the nth degree, which is awesome. I love the fact that, you know, you could tell the differences between how the evolution of these games have gone from where they first started to where they are now. Overall, amazing. These games are definitely one for, one to play, especially if you are huge into racing, those kind of games. I have never felt like I've been like let down by a racing game. All right, so that was Horizon. Forza, like I said, always does a good job. Good kudos for them. I love the fact that they set it in Japan. It feels like we are seeing more and more Japanese type settings for games, which is really cool. But Double Fine, you guys have played Double Fine games. It is one of those things that I love. I love Double Fine. I have played quite a few Double Fine games, and they made an appearance showing off their next game, and we actually have it for you right now. It is called Kiln. Now, Kiln is a online multiplayer pottery party brawler. Try to say that 3 times fast. Pottery party brawler. It is a team-based arena game, battle game, which asks you to craft ceramic battle armor on a realistic pottery wheel, and where you'll determine your abilities by the kind of pot you make. So you'll get ready to team up and sculpt your favorite pottery this spring. Kiln is coming to Xbox Series X and S, Xbox on PC, Xbox Cloud, Xbox Play Anywhere, handheld optimized, and you can play it day one with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. It will also be available on PlayStation 5 and Steam. Talk about a different take on a brawler. You are making your pottery. I would have not thought about putting a game like this together, but it is interesting. I wonder if you can, it looks like you can make it whatever color you want too, which is pretty fun. So I guess the sky's the limit for those who are creative. I'm curious to know a little bit more about the different skills that you get. You know, this is coming out this year, but I want to know, like, if I... are we going to see more people going towards a specific type of look of a pottery, or is it going to be more like, depending on what that person made a plunger, okay, or is it going to be like more more diverse? Also, hi Shirtless, fighting foodons garden edition. No, these are potteries. These are literally pots that we're making. So depending on how you make your pot determines what kind of armor and class set you are. So it's a very interesting game by Double Fine. I've never seen Double Fine do a game like this before. So, and if you guys have played Double Fine games, they are really crazy and unique and fun. They definitely are. They're definitely one for their own. Like, they definitely have their own style. Is what's interesting about them. I'm trying to think of like a game that I have played by them recently, because I used to play a lot of games. Let's see, games published. Here we go. Scapegoat 2. Those are the games that they published, but the games that they developed. Psychonauts. If you guys have played Psychonauts, I have played a little bit of Psychonauts, so that's why I'm like, this is a little bit different for them because it's not the same type of like look and everything. Pick the right ingredients to make the pot obedient. Depending on the curves you add, your pots can really be bad. I did play Iron Brigade by Double Fine. I loved Iron Brigade. For those who loved, for those who have played that game, Stacking was another one by them. Brutal Legend. So this is just like a different take, and I'm kind of it's interesting. But they also just released Keeper. So if you guys did see Keeper that came out, this is like their next version of their whatever fun game that they want to play. It will also be on PC. Like I said, it will be on PlayStation 5. So if this is a game for you that you want to go over to Steam or Epic and find it and wishlist it, do it, because it will be around. All right, now let's get down to the nitty gritty, guys. Let's get down to the story that we are all really here for, because I know you guys were really here for the big one, and that was all eyes were on the new Fable reboot, and we're learning more about the game that is expected to release in autumn this year. I know, Shirtless Dan, that you have never played a Fable game, but I did find out, fun fact, that neither has Morgan. So this is going to be interesting for you guys because I love Fable. Fable is a great game. So let's talk a little bit about what we found out during the Xbox developer showcase that they had, because there was a lot of stuff thrown at us, and even to the point of like, I'm only covering a tiny bit of it. I'm only scratching the surface because there is so much with this game that they have talked about that we will have to get into later when we do a more in-depth piece on it. All right, so let's talk about it. All right, here we go, guys. So we head back to Albion, which had quite a facelift, as you can see, in this brand new open world action RPG. During the show, we learned more about the story, combat, and of course, Morgan and my favorite, character customization. So the story is not part of the timeline of the original games because the original games are still available to play. So instead, players will get to build their own Albion, tell their own new story within it. So how does the story begin? Well, in classic Fable fashion, we start off as a child. That's when you will learn about your heroic powers, and you'll learn that you are a hero, which then changes everything for you. And this game itself is open world, but does that mean you'll be stuck with level gating? The devs say no. Instead, you'll be able to explore settlements in the world and have fun things to do. They shape the progression around the requirement as a battle, they shape the progression around that requirement. So if you want to head to another part of Albion and go check out something, but you feel like you're not level up enough, it doesn't matter. They made it so that you can go explore, have fun, do what you want to do. As for combat, it will comprise of a mix of melee, ranged, and magic. So your strength, your skill, and your will. And the devs say you should be able to strike with a sword and then hurl a fireball in a smooth movement that will, that's what they are striving to achieve. And if you're worried you will be stuck picking a certain fighting type, don't worry, they got you covered. The devs say the kind of fighting is all up to you. So get ready for the new Fable game to drop later this year on Xbox Series X and X, Xbox on PC, Xbox Cloud, Steam, PlayStation 5, and Game Pass Ultimate. This is going to be one that I think a lot of people are going to be playing day one. Morgan has planned to do a review on this one, which is going to be fun. I'm going to play it anyway because I love Fable, and I can't wait to see how they like tweaked Albion and made it better than the originals. Customization, we might be there for like 3 hours, but that's okay. We just want to look our best, okay? in the words of how I've learned from other streamers, you want to look cute when you play. So let's look cute, you know? This game will definitely have you making choices that will change your life and the world around you. So definitely one that I think is going to be a lot of fun. And hopefully you guys will check it out when it does come out in the autumn of 2026. I'm super excited for it. All right, guys. Well, with that, it was a interesting time for Blizzard. As we switch gears, now we're heading over to Blizzard. So Blizzard is holding what they're calling Next Chapter Series to go over what's coming with its games. Now, not all games, only some games, but that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. So they will discuss World of Warcraft, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and Diablo. So they just did one on World of Warcraft. Overwatch is this week. Hearthstone will be the week after, and then Diablo will be last, which honestly makes the most sense to me because Diablo has a lot of things that they have not talked about yet regarding that class that is the shadow that we don't know of. So I'm really excited for that. So we will have continuing coverage on all of these things as they come down. So let's look at their roadmap. Their roadmap wasn't too bad. I was actually quite surprised. So it has a roadmap for modern World of Warcraft and then classic World of Warcraft. And as you can see, that players will experience the Midnight Expansion launch and the third and final installment of the World Soul Saga within The Last Titan. Well, with The Last Titan, I should say. But besides these expansions, I think it's on here. I have to look. Yes. If you look at 12.1 on there, it says housing. Housing is entering early access with a full launch just around the corner. So I actually do have a little video that we will play. Now, while you design the house of your dreams, devs are working on ways to import and export codes to share and exchange housing designs. They're also working to increase indoor and outdoor decor budgets. On top of that, devs are looking more into how endeavors work and how they will enliven neighborhoods and how players interact with them. I think the housing thing is an interesting take. I feel like everybody wants a house these days. Like, hey, I have my own place to go. So let's go home. I do love the fact that they have added this whole concept. As for the Warcraft Midnight, there will be an increased level cap to level 90, 8 new dungeons, a new prey system to add new challenges to your gameplay, and a new mythical tavern called Arcantina. Look at this home, though. I'm curious to see like how this does with the player base. Because to me now I'm thinking like, oh, now we've hit Palia. We've hit Palia. What's next? Diablo gets housing? Because if Diablo gets housing, I might be like, what is going on? I want to know with you guys though. Are you guys excited for housing? Those who are World of Warcraft people, are you excited? I really need to know because I don't know what to think. Like when I think of WoW, I think of adventures. I don't think of a house. I don't think of sitting home and drinking tea by my fireplace. I don't. So let me know what you guys think. I'm curious about that. All right. Well, everyone's playing off that millennial fantasy. Owning a home. That's right. We're all owning a home in our video games, and it's glorious. It is super glorious. All right. Well, let's move on to the next story of the day. Oh, hey, Element, how you doing? All right. So, Nintendo Direct, guys. We're talking Nintendo Direct now. Now it's the start of the new year, and Nintendo held Nintendo Direct on Thursday, which I was like, "Ooh, what are they going to talk about? This is going to be fun." So they only covered one game, and it is Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. Have you guys heard of this? If not, I got you covered. Don't worry. I'm going to show you what it is. Because even I was like, I don't know about this one, but okay. All right, let's look at it. So this is, wait for it, Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream is an upcoming social simulation game that takes place on an open tropical island. Players can interact with Miis and can view interactions between the characters, such as fights, and eavesdrop on their dreams. Sounds kind of weird to me. The Nintendo Direct showed off lots of customization options for your characters, islanders, and the island itself. And characters don't have to be human. No, they don't. They can be teddy bears or aliens too. Yay! We're bringing in animals. The game will feel like a mix between The Sims and Animal Crossing, with the ability to make fellow islanders friends or love interests. Islands can be fully built and customized with houses and items placed. Just saw that one thing. I was like, nope. Items placed to grow your town into a sprawling settlement. And over time, characters will move in together, fall in love, and get married. This game is set to release on April 16th this year and will be playable on the Switch and Switch 2. So what do you guys think? We're not only just owning homes, we're owning islands, we're getting people married, we're making life choices, we're making big decisions. It's all happening right now on all platforms. Element says, looks like it's trying to be Animal Crossing. Dan says, owning a home, going on vacation, having friends, all these fantasy goals. That's right. We are in full fantasy mode, guys. Full fantasy mode. I don't know what's happening there. I don't know what's happening now. I don't know what's happening. There's me news now. What? All right. Well, hopefully somebody likes Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. Whew. I told you guys there was a lot to talk about today, and I'm still not done yet. All right. Well, it debuted at the Game Awards, but it turns out it's becoming more of a flop. Actually, I should say it's not becoming more of a flop. It's gotten a little bit better. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about Highguard. Now, for those who might not know what Highguard is, it's a PvP raid shooter where players will ride, fight, and raid as wardens, arcane gunslingers sent to fight for control of a mythical continent. But it turns out, since the game launched on January 26th, it received mostly negative reviews. But now, as you can see on the Steam page, it is showing more mixed reviews. So maybe people are happier with the game. Maybe they're not. Maybe they just don't know what to think anymore. Who really knows? So let's actually look at the some of the reviews that we have now that it's mixed. So what are some of the biggest issues of the game? Well, here are some of the reviews we have seen. People are saying that the game is boring. They're saying there are no NPCs to populate the maps, and the visuals are 100% res scaled with no upscaling. So you're getting blurry and you're getting forced into motion blur, which is a no-go for me. And the maps are too big for 3 versus 3, and players say that it would fit better for a 5 versus 5 or even a 6 versus 6. And with a map big enough, and you can even see on here too, like people are saying that it's horrible, mostly poorly optimized game. Should be 5 versus 5 is a main instant, 3 versus 3 very laggy, and you don't need to have the use of the rocket launcher. 3 versus 3 wasn't it, just too slow and very boring, making looting just feel like padding for time between raids. Let's see, please improve rendering optimization. Compiling shaders 2%. Theorizing it's probably the negative reactions are gut response within the first few hours, and those with positive or are being optimistic. Yeah, no, you're right. We're gonna have your optimistic people, we're gonna have your, negative people. But there are still people who are saying, like, overall, even the positive ones, game was a wasteland with the 3 versus 3 mode. 5 versus 5 is absolutely a better place and actually brings purpose to the farming and looting side of the game. So, like, this is a recommended, but they're saying that even though it's recommended, they would still like to see a better standpoint on everything. So I actually picked up, I got the charts. So we're going to look at the charts next. And this is actually since launch of where they have been on a player base standpoint. So as you can see, since launch, the player base dropped more than half. So like we're talking, we went from like a top one of on release 93,000, jumped up to 97, and just has been low since. So even though reviews are mixed, it's still not showing the best overall. So what do you guys think? Do you think Highguard can be saved or not? Let me know. I'm curious what you guys have to say. I know this was one that a lot of people were talking about, really getting into it. They were like, I can't believe this game like flopped so quickly, that kind of stuff. I agree with a standpoint. Someone had this should have been a beta to get players base input. Yeah, no, I agree. I think if you are going to release a game, and let's say it's like, I don't care what game it is. It could be a AAA game for all I care. I think there still needs to be beta testing. I still think you need to find out what players think. I still think you need all of that input. Look at Diablo. I know I talk about a lot of Diablo news, but literally look at Diablo. Diablo was like, oh, we're going to release these seasons. It's going to be great. Everything's awesome. And then player base started sinking, and they were like, why? And then finally it dawned on them that they needed to have public test realms in order to help save the game. Now, the game is still not 100%, and that's fine. The game will never be 100%, to be honest. But if they can at least listen to the players, see what they want, fix the issues, you can at least save some of it in the long run. And that's what I'm wondering. Like, is this game possible to save? Because it is well in the pooper right now. We're like really in the pooper right now. Oh, I feel it shouldn't have been hyped up at the major award show. I agree with that too. I feel like when Jeff announced it at the Game Awards, it was too hyped for something that should not have been super hyped about. And we could have had a better standpoint on it overall. I think we could have I feel like, yeah, show it, like, cool. We showed it. We showed a lot of games. How many games did we see? We saw a ton of games at the Game Awards. I just feel like when he introduced it, when Jeff introduced Highguard, it was definitely like, this is the game. This is the game of the year kind of feel. And he was not like that with a lot of the other games that he announced. And so I think there was too much hype on one end to get this game out there. Put too much emphasis on it being such a big title. Exactly. I agree. But it's also very similar to other games we've seen. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of games out there that are very similar to other games that we see. But sometimes there's just that little bit of difference that helps make it more fun. Or maybe they took a concept and they improved it to make it more fun. This one didn't feel like they did anything to make it more fun. So it's just I don't know. I know this was a big story that everybody was kind of like attracted to, and so here we are. We're talking Highguard. All right, well, we're coming up on the 40-minute mark of this show, so I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to make sure I'm all set up for the next section of our show, because when I come back, I'm going to talk about the Steam Board Game Fest. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 games to go count them really fast. I have 6 games I'm going to show you guys. I'm really excited about a lot of them. Some of them are more classic based games. Some of them are a little more different than what we've seen. What was that VR title that was basically the same as Highguard but didn't have horses? Population 1? Was that a... I think you're right. Population 1 is a battle royale. You climb, fly, build. It's more like Fortnite, but yeah. But all these games are like Overwatch meets Fortnite meets PUBG meets all of all of them out there. I think you're right though. I think that's it. All right, let me take a break. I'll be right back. We'll go through the board game, Steam Board Game Fest that I have. And so grab a snack, refill your drinks, and I will be right back in roughly 5 minutes. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. All right, everybody. Welcome back into Techyries. I'm KP, as you guys know. Like I said, Morgan is on vacation, so let's talk the board game fest on Steam, which is underway right now and wraps up on Monday. So if you love board games, this fest showcases everything from classic board games to tech builders. There are board games that are in These are board games that are in PC form, and I'm here to show you my top 6. So let's start off with the first one. I hope you guys like the ones that I picked, and let me know what you think. All right, first up we have is good old classic. It looks a lot like Clue, and it is the digital version of the mystery board game Clue. In this game, you'll roll dice and launch into a murder investigation. You'll need to use your brain power to answer who done it, with what weapon, and where. But you'll have to work quickly as the race against your friends and families. And you race against your friends and family to find the truth. I don't know about you guys. I always didn't mind Clue growing up. I kind of liked it. I thought it was a fun game to play. When you just wanted to do like a fun game with your friends and family. I played one over the time that I was gone on vacation, and it was kind of like Clue. But you got to be a psychic, which was fun. So if you like the whodunit type games, this is the one for you. All right, my next one is one that I actually ended up buying. Because it's me, but I have played Munchkin. So Munchkin Digital is the PC version of the board game Munchkin. You'll kick in doors, you'll kill everything you find, backstab your friends, and steal treasure. In this game, you'll play a series of rounds using door cards and treasure cards to explore a dungeon. You'll build a character by combining race and class cards, and then you gear up to face the lurking monsters. The goal: kill the monsters, collect treasure to level up, and become the first Munchkin to reach 10 to win. I have this Munchkin. It's a lot of fun. I love Munchkins. So they make all kinds of Munchkins. I have, I believe, a Space Munchkin. And I actually have the board game itself. But I really wanted the digital version of this game. So if anybody wants to play Munchkins with me, let me know. There is online PvP and cross-platform multiplayer. Definitely one that's a lot of fun, and I do love it a lot. Okay, this next one, for all of my D&D fans out there, this one might be for you. So it's called Demio Dungeons and Dragons Battle Marked. In this game, you'll play a cooperative tactical RPG set in the D&D universe. You'll command your heroes, unravel sinister plots, and forget mighty alliances in turn-based combat and choice-based storytelling. Another one that's very similar to like all the ones out there is the last definitely one if you guys are huge into that. It is right now on sale because of the fest is going on, so you'll just have to watch out for the Mimic. And from Wizards of the Coast. So unless you don't want to support them, then I understand. Okay, maybe this isn't your thing. Maybe you want to hit up a lovely cozy game. So here we have Flamecraft. It's a 1 to 5 player cozy strategy game filled with magic. You'll become a flamekeeper and help adorable dragon artisans find the perfect home. Enchant the town's stores and fill them with dragon cards as you watch the whimsical shopping district come to life. I love this game. This game looks so adorable. I love the animations for it. I love the fact that you can play with other people. It is definitely a cute game. I have this on my wish list. I haven't bought this one yet because it's not out yet, but it's definitely one if you want to add to your wish list. Now is the time. I have Demio as well. It's super difficult. Oh, well, that's interesting to know. Okay, this one I think is awesome. This next one, and for people who like Satisfactory, this one is actually really fun. So it is a magical factory building card puzzler. It's called Glintlin. It's not out yet, but I do like the unique game style that it has. You'll place tiles from a deck to build enchanting production chains. You'll light up the land and discover a cozy world full of secrets. Each glint is a short, satisfying journey of automation and alchemy. There is a demo for this game, which I actually added to my library because I want to play this one. But I love the fact that it's like it's definitely like Satisfactory, but like an alchemy factory, but with cards and everything to put down. So I'm curious to see how the gameplay is for it. And it's not out yet. Wow, I'm starting to get a little dry here, guys. So wishlist it now if you want to, but it's definitely one that I'm like, ooh, I'm intrigued. Definitely intrigued. Okay, let's talk about my last pick, which I think is a cool one too. It is a survival game. It is called, ooh, I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, definitely. That's the one I sent you before, Dan. So definitely check it out. So this one is called Maximum Apocalypse. In this game, you'll scavenge, battle, and survive. You'll choose your survivor and face diverse apocalyptic scenarios in this cooperative digital adaptation of the hit board game Maximum Apocalypse. You can play with up to 6 players in this roguelike gameplay. I do like how this one looks too. This one's not out yet, so you'll have to wishlist it. There's no timing of when it comes out, but it is really cool. You play, like I said, with 1 to 6 players. So gather your friends, go fight in the apocalyptic wastelands, and have a good time. But the overall board game fest is still underway, which I don't have. There we go. It's still underway, so definitely head over there. Check out everything that is available. There is a lot going on. You can get the Game of Life for like less than $3 or less than $4. Wingspan is on here, which I actually played this game. I played the board game version of it, so I'd be curious to see how the actual game is in a game version like this. I never played Wingspan in my life, and so I just thought it was very interesting when I played it with at home, and so definitely one to check out. I do have this one. This one is really fun if you're just looking for something a little bit more cozy. Risk is on here. There's so many. Gloomhaven is on sale. Ticket to Ride is on sale. Definitely picked up Munchkin because I love Munchkin. Exploding Kittens 2. That's really cool. I should probably pick that up because I love Exploding Kittens myself. So many things to check out. Rude is on here too, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys have any favorites that you thought would be really fun? Let me know. I'd love to see what you guys thought were some games that you would like to try out. I think I have Wingspan in my Steam library. Do you? Because that would be really cool. I would get Wingspan just to play it with people. I want to do, I know we're doing Techyries right now, but I really want to do like a board game night. I think that would be really fun. Just play like a board game that's already a PC put together, you know, like so I can have it on the PC and play with you guys. Because I think that would be I think that would be really fun. But, you know, I do need to add more board games to my laundry list. I need to make a board game collection on my Steam. Because I think that would be really fun. I think that would make the most sense. I should do that. I should make a board game collection on my Steam, and then we can all play board games together one night. It'll be great. Yeah, so that's all I have for you guys. I know this was a quicker show than normal. But thank you guys for showing up and talking with me. If you guys want to keep talking about other stuff, let me know. I don't have to get off just yet. But you know, I don't have anything else on my laundry list of things to talk about. Unfortunately. But yeah, if you guys don't have anything else that you want to talk about, we can say for our next show, Morgan will be back, which will be great. Give me another person to talk to besides you guys and bounce off of. And we'll have an update on the next chapter for Blizzard's next chapter. And they're going to be talking about Overwatch and where that game is headed. I'm kind of curious to see what they do with it because I don't know what they're doing. And all of these are happening, just so you guys know, all of these are happening well in advance before BlizzCon. Because BlizzCon is set for September this year. And all these are happening beforehand. Now, we do know, like, for instance, like Diablo has in April, they're releasing another chapter for the storyline. So, like, that's a whole thing. So, they're probably going to talk about the next DLC for it, and probably give us some more hints about what we're going to see for the next character class besides the paladin that they released. Overwatch, I don't really know what they're doing yet because I haven't really keeping up too hard on Overwatch. I knew WoW, the whole thing was like the housing thing. I knew that was going to be a big part of it, and they've been going through their sagas and everything, because that's been kind of like their shtick this year is the sagas. And then on top of that, we'll also have stuff on Hearthstone. So if you guys have not played Hearthstone, or maybe you have and haven't played it in a while, maybe you'll be intrigued to jump back into it again. Plus, we'll bring you our picks for Steam's Typing Fest that starts on Thursday. It's kind of funny that there's a Typing Fest. So we'll see what they have. Maybe there'll be some interesting games that we have never seen before that kind of stand out to us. And maybe, something that we want to talk about. And we'll also have the latest in tech and video game news, as always, because, that's what we do. There's a couple playtests that I have that I want to check out, that I actually got into. Outward 2, I believe, is one of the ones. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. Where is it? Outward 2 playtest I got into, so I'm going to check that out. And then I also got into the playtest for Into the Unwell, if you guys have not seen that one. So those ones are ones that I have on my list of things to do. And there's like a whole bunch of other games that I have on here that we will have to do some more reviews on, because we want to bring you guys the latest and greatest. And as always, don't forget, you guys, we are on across social media. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram, Blue Sky, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Threads. We need to start posting more on our social medias. It was a little bit of a hectic week, but we will get more things posted on there. But we always make sure that we are continuously updating and publishing on YouTube. So definitely go over there. Give us a like. Help spread the news, because hitting the like buttons on our stuff spreads the algorithm to other people. Subscribing helps spread the algorithm to other people. Share our content. Without you guys, it doesn't really go anywhere. So we make the stuff and then hope that you guys help us out with the rest of it. And if you like what you see over here on Twitch, give us a heart. We're at 97 followers right now. We're just 3 away from 100, just slowly going up there, and we're 1 away on YouTube from 300. So if you guys have a friend, tell them to like our stuff and subscribe. And don't forget to ding dong the bell, because it gives you notifications when we post stuff, because we post stuff a lot of times and maybe you just didn't know about it. So make sure you have that on. All right, well, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to log out and say goodbye for right now, because we got another show planning, and all that good stuff. And Morgan is going to hopefully not be a zombie the rest of the week. And yeah, we will see you guys next Sunday for all the fun. Also, I'll probably be over on Wannabes. So if you guys like what you see here, go check them out over there, because we'll be talking Iron Lung eventually. And that's going to be another fun filled show over there. So until then, you guys have a great one, and I will see you guys next time. So keep processing, everyone. Bye.